This is a presentation for the session of Regional GEO, and the title is AOGEO, From Observations to Knowledge Development, Integration, and Contribution to Three Engagement Priorities. My name is Hiroyuki Muraoka, working as a professor of plant and ecosystem ecology in Gifu University, Japan. I have been involved in Asia-Oceania GEO since its establishment in 2016 and a member of AOGEO Coordination Board. We are facing global environmental changes through regional changes and challenges at local scales for sustainable development, disaster risk reduction, and mitigation and adaptation to climate change. While considering the global concerns, we also consider that there are regional commonalities and differences, or regional context. Therefore, regional coordination and cooperation by inclusive communication are crucial for the community to tackle the challenges across the thematic areas. By enhancing the cooperation between regional GEOs and work program activities with the convening power of GEO, the global community could work together to meet a shared agenda such as SDGs, Sendai Framework, and Paris Agreement. Asia-Oceania region contains several unique characteristics in geography, population, climate change, natural disasters, and socio-economic development. AOGEO is cooperating to strengthen comprehensive ability of Earth observations and applications in the region, and wishing to cooperate with global GEO to address the global issues. This is the outline of AOGEO implementation plan in the GEO work program. AOGEO consists of Asia-Oceania Caucus, Coordination Board, Integrated Priority Studies, Task Groups for thematic application and services, and foundational tasks. AOGEO Symposium and AOGEO Workshop function as the fora of these activities. These structure and activities in our region have been developed through inclusive communication and cooperation since the beginning of GEO. In last November, prior to the GEO Week in Canberra, we convened to hold 12th AOGEO Symposium. We had more than 200 participants from 35 countries. We shared the updated activities in the region and discussed how do we scale up those approaches and results to the region, and also to meet the global agenda, namely SDGs, Sendai Framework, and Paris Agreement. This is the list of task groups in AOGEO. As you can see, all the thematic task groups are linked with GEO flagships and initiatives. Asian Water Cycle Initiative is linked with GEO growth. Asia Pacific Biodiversity Observation Network is a regional partner of GeoBond. Ocean Coasts and Islands cooperates with Blue Planet. Asia Rice Crop Estimation and Monitoring Group cooperates with GeoGram. Drought Monitoring Evaluation with GeoLDN. Disaster Resilience Group with GeoDharma. And Himalayan GEOs with GeoNom. Then let me introduce examples of the task groups and their interactions. Asian Water Cycle Initiative, AWCI, is realizing the connection from observations to integrated analysis and prediction, knowledge development, and delivered to decision makers. AWCI launched full-scale efforts to activate platforms on water resilience and disasters by promoting dialogues, reinforcing partnerships, sharing data, information, models, tools, experiences and ideas, and expanding sustainable practices. They are implementing these process by developing Data Integration and Analysis System, DS. Thus, AWCI is connecting Earth observations and analysis with the stakeholders toward achieving the global agenda by promoting concerted actions. Another task group focusing on water issue has been newly initiated as Drought Monitoring and Evaluation. It has twofold objectives: to provide timely and free access to data products, information, and services for effective drought monitoring, evaluation, and management, to support a better understanding of the factors determining vulnerability to drought. A specific effort was made on a pilot study on a web-based system on drought monitoring and evaluation for Mongolia case. Cooperation with other GEO activities is aiming with GEO-LDN. Water is a critical component of our Earth system and multiple societal benefits. In the last AOGEO Symposium, AWCI, Drought Monitoring and Evaluation, and the Task Group 5 Asia Rise had a joint session to seek collaborative efforts for regional challenges. They clarified that it is important for risk managers of water-related disasters to advance understanding on the impact of drought and flood on agriculture by using Earth observation data and integrated platform like DS. Asia-Pacific Biodiversity Observation Network, APBON, has also a long-term activity over 10 years. APBON focuses on biodiversity and ecosystems under services in terrestrial, freshwater, coast, and marine. Observations of biodiversity and ecosystem consist of manual field survey, sensor networks, remote sensing, and communication with local human communities. The activities also include capacity building for biological sensors such as species monitoring, data and knowledge sharing by book publications, and contributions to IPBES regional and global assessments. Last year, APBON developed its new decadal work plan towards 2030. Task Group 3, Carbon and Greenhouse Gas Initiative, is aiming at coordinating and generating regional cooperation to deliver best science on carbon and greenhouse gas estimates. Policy mandate is clear in the Paris Climate Agreement, particularly contributing to reporting global stocktake by combining various observations and model analysis. In recent assessment reports, such as by IPBES, there is a growing need to fill gaps in observations and mechanistic understanding on the biodiversity and ecosystems, carbon cycle, and climate change. There are the components and processes of the basis of Sustainable Development Goals. In addition, this requirement is quite intense for the terrestrial domain due to its complexity. In the symposium, APBON and Carbon and Greenhouse Gas Initiative had a joint session to clarify the observational gaps, particularly for Southeast Asian region, where high biodiversity is existing and carbon sequestration is expected, while climate and societal changes are intense. By the communication, we see cooperative observations of biodiversity and carbon cycle by combining in situ and satellite observations together with modeling analysis. We also recognize that such activity needs to engage with other in situ observation networks like AsiaFlux and ILTR. In order to address the multidisciplinary issues in our changing environment, AOGEO is attempting to build integrated study in the region. The focus includes water, biodiversity, carbon and GHG, ocean, food production, disaster, mountains, land use change, islands, and so on. AOGEO initiated its cooperative activity to tackle the interrelated issues by launching Integrated Priority Studies, IPS. IPS aims to promote cross-cutting activities among the tasks, to encourage experts to join the AOGEO efforts, and to demonstrate the values of Earth observation data in the region. As a pilot of IPS, we are focusing on Mekong River Basin, Pacific Islands, and Himalayan mountains. In the AOGEO Symposium, the task groups attempted to analyze their activities and mapped onto the goals or pillars of these global agendas as shown on this slide. Not only for the goals, but we also consider our contributions to the respective indicators under each goal. The map shows that the AOGEO community contributes to sustainable development goals, particularly related to food security, water resources, climate action, biodiversity on land and in water. Some groups are also clearly addressing Paris Agreement and Sendai Framework. By sharing this information, AOGEO and its task groups are designing to strengthen the Earth observation, knowledge production, and deliver to the society. Finally, I'm showing the statement as the outcome of the symposium. In every symposium, the statement is adopted by the symposium plenary, and we share this as the regional objectives. In Canberra, we have reviewed the regional efforts and outcomes and stated our next steps by considering the global, regional, and local challenges. Each of the task groups and other all activities involved in AOGEO states their contributions to the three engagement priorities, and also clarify that future attempts which we should share and address by cooperation. I stop here, and thank you very much for your attention. More details can be found in the supplementary materials of this presentation file, or please visit us on the website. Thank you very much.